all set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. To the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Ready? Lions.
Right to the air is Daniels. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. If you look at this Cowboy defense,
and they've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Go! Cougar 19!
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Right back to him on 1st down. And they'll get him down here at about the 42.
From the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2.
42-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup.
To throw is Daniels.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lane. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that 1st down gain of 8.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Daniels going to throw for it.
Complete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out.
And this defense holds on the night's opening drive. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
And this throw incomplete. The defender all over it that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. We saw plenty of throws like this on Saturdays in South Penn last year. This one results in a 1st down here. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
This Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
From the 38 now, here's a 2nd down and 6.
They'll look to throw.
There's a short one caught by Arroyo.
Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Elijah Arroyo, his second touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Let's go now.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
From the 48-yard line, here's the 2nd and 9.
Get it. Cowboy 80.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. That's to Lane. He's got it outright. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's 3rd and 4 now. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game you play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
On 4th down, here's Daniels. He'll try to do it himself. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. You talk about this Washington defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
Ready.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
And they'll send Pickens in motion right here. He'll drop to throw. Down to the sideline, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Quan Martin. And the Commanders are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on fourth down.
Turnover on down.
Ready.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Let's go.
And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on fourth. Didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on fourth down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around.
60 boxes.
To the air goes Daniels.
Looking right sideline, that's complete. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Daniels looking to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Now a 2nd and 2.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinal.
Throwing now is Daniels.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Ready.
Here's Daniels. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 20-yard line. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. Washington with their first trip to the red zone thus far.
1st and 10 right at the 20.
Now Daniels going to give it up on the touch pass. He's got room to roam.
And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Now Daniels. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man, Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming.
Here we go. Set. Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
Play action. Now it's Daniels. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders.
From 13 yards.
Commanders are an extra point away from evening this one up. Now Cade York for the extra point.
It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 22 and a 1st down. What did you see there on the defensive side? What allowed that good-sized run?
Well, they were in a cover 2 alignment, which means your 2 safeties are back away from the line of scrimmage.
And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down.
That's Deron Payne with a sack that time.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Got it. Ready?
Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That is caught by Lamb.
And to the 49-yard line, but no further, and obviously he is well short of the 1st.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, and he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Now the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
Now he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
It's a gain of 20 and a Cowboy 1st down.
Chop alert! Cross on switch. Go!
Here's a give up the middle. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 3.
They'll look to throw here.
Throw left side, hauled in by Pickens.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum, because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
On second down, they'll run it here. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set them up with a first and goal.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
Here we go, here we go.
Now back to throw. Trying to set up a screen for Blue. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be second and goal. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Buffalo 18.
Second and 14. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. Third and goal, and still a long way from the end zone.
Let's go now. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Back to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jalen Royals, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was... This is caught at the 20. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for first and 10.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Viking 18. Let's go.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Stop made there by Brian Asamoah.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's second and 10.
Ready. Cougar 19. Ready.
Back to throw. Daniels. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. From the gun on 3rd down, Daniels.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he takes it in for a Commanders touchdown.
A great play there with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Commanders are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Extra point.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime.
York to kick off.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First downs in at their own 22-yard line.
Ready up.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission.
Well, he is out of bounds right around the 34. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
As we both know, there's a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. And part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Ready.
2nd and 10.
Go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They're going to look to throw.
And he is caught. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
19 Charger. 19 Charger.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Panther 11.
They'll look to throw again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
7-yard line.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Let's go now. Let's go.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Let's go.
Back to throw again.
And they'll find the open man. That's complete.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll swing this out to Blue.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Drops it to Blue, complete. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They start the drive with a give to Blue. 3 yards there to begin the third quarter. They also lead by 3 points.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he's got his man in stride, complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Here now, 3rd and a yard.
Check smash, check smash.
They'll try to run for it with Blue. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They're going to try and throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they're leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
An excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 40 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. They'll look to throw here on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Cowboys take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Ryland, up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. But, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 4.
Cowboy 80! Cowboy 80!
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
First down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Now Daniel's going to give it up on the touch pass.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 down at the 33.
60 Eagles! 60 Eagles!
First and 10 at the 30.
Throwing now is Daniels. Pass caught. It's Lane with it.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
First down.
Let's go now. 19.
Now Daniel's going to give it up on the touch pass.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Oh, the gain of 3 on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely and pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
Ready! 18 Cardinal! 18 Cardinal! Ready?
Here's Daniels. He'll try and do this himself. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Cade York on now for the field goal.
From the right hash here, should be an easy one.
York able to send this one through.
And this is back down to a 7-point game.
So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that. Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. A little tough on the secondary there. In zone defensively. Quarterback had time to survey and find a spot.
And if you want to change things up and put a little more pressure on him, you can go to man coverage. Everyone matches up and send more pressure. But you can also do it out of zone coverage if you're worried about what's going to happen on your back end. Send someone else, drop someone else out of the line. The old zone blitz could come into play to try and get that pressure on the quarterback.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
18, 60 Eagles, 60.
They'll try and throw for it here. And he comes back with one complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Cowboys with a football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the fourth.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. On first down, it's Blue. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. They'll come up 2nd and 7. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
There's a short one caught by Arroyo. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just one pick so far and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball and his offense, they're humming along, the defense doesn't have to be out there as long. He's taking care of his guys on the other side of the ball.
They're enjoying a fourth quarter advantage. Now a handoff to Blue running left side. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to make it a 2-score game. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Yeah, that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Now Daniels. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Bronco 80.
Play action, now it's Daniels. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
That was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Ready. Gravity Lions. Ready.
They go play action. Daniels. They'll let this go for the end zone.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Off the play fake, Daniels.
He's going to try and go deep again. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And he's taken down inside the 30.
So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line.
Now they'll change things around before the snap.
Up 2nd and 2.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels.
And this is incomplete.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else, ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
Daniels looking to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Commanders have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by York is up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
Now he'll tuck this and run.
They'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Looking to throw. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. Fourth down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense.
It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
On the set.
They go with Blue between the tackles. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts.
That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. They'll look to throw here.
Completes this one to Pickens.
That'll give them 8 that time. And it makes it third down and 2 yards to go.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Ready, set.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Here we go, set. Ready.
Back to throw here.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10.
Set. Bronco switch. 70 Timberwolves.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10.
Alert. Alert. Ready.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
Down at the 35, it'll be 2nd down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
Check mash. Check mash. Panther 60. Panther 60.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Still needing 10 yards. Now it's third down.
Here we go. Here we go. 70 Lions.
Now a handoff looking right. And he will have a Cowboys first down, and that should be that.
Call it a gain of 11 yards, and that should just about do it.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
60 Vikings.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. Well, this ball game was close throughout. Remember, it was neck and neck at intermission.